Maya wiped the dust from her small workspace for the third time that morning. Her nail salon, tucked between a pharmacy and a coffee shop in downtown Portland, was barely 10 feet wide. The sign outside read, "Maya's Nails and Beauty," in simple black letters that she'd painted herself. Inside, 2 nail stations faced each other across a narrow aisle. One massage chair that vibrated too loudly. A shelf of polish bottles organized by color, some nearly empty. A ring light she'd bought second-hand that flickered when the weather turned cold. Every morning, Maya arrived before dawn. She swept the sidewalk, wiped down her stations, and said a quiet prayer before opening the door. On good days, 2 or 3 clients would come. On bad days, she sat alone, scrolling through Instagram, watching other nail techs in gleaming salons with marble counters and crystal chandeliers. Rent was due on the 1st of every month. Her landlord, Mr. Patterson, owned the entire building. He had silver hair and the temperament of someone who'd never missed a payment in his life. "Maya," he'd say, tapping on her door frame, "we need to settle accounts." "I know, Mr. Patterson. I have an appointment this Thursday. Full set with designs. That'll help." "Full sets don't pay rent," he'd mutter, but he always gave her a few more days. Maybe because he saw her there every morning, trying. Her mother called most evenings from their hometown in Ohio. "Baby, are you eating right? Are you saving anything? I'm praying for you." Maya always said yes, even when dinner was instant ramen with an egg cracked into it. Even when she took side jobs at night, editing photos for other small businesses, making social media posts for $20 each. She'd lie on her air mattress in her studio apartment, thumbs aching from filing nails all day, and imagine a future where clients booked her weeks in advance. Some days brought 2 customers. Some days brought none. When they came, Maya treated them like royalty. She soaked their hands in warm water with essential oils. She worked slowly, carefully, speaking softly about their day, their lives, their dreams. She'd learned to read people. The ones who closed their eyes and relaxed, the ones who asked if the polish was toxic-free, the ones who came in stressed and left smiling when they saw their finished nails. One rainy Tuesday afternoon in October, a young woman entered, shaking water from her umbrella. She wore jeans and a simple sweater, her hair pulled back in a neat ponytail. "Welcome," Maya said, setting down her phone. "What can I do for you today?" "Something simple," the woman replied, a hint of nervousness in her voice. "I have a job interview tomorrow. Just clean and professional." Maya nodded and began asking her usual questions. Any allergies, previous nail problems, what length she preferred. As she worked, shaping and buffing with practiced precision, the woman relaxed into the chair. "You're really good at this," the woman said quietly. "Thank you," Maya smiled. "I want you to feel confident tomorrow." When Maya finished, the woman stared at her hands, turning them back and forth in the light. "Oh my God. These are perfect." Maya felt warmth spread through her chest. "You're going to do great in that interview." The woman paid the exact amount, then added an extra $10. "For coffee," she said shyly. After the customer left, rain began to fall harder, washing the street clean. Maya stood in her doorway and watched water stream down the gutters. Her mind calculated numbers: rent, supplies, polish, acetone, cotton, files, utilities. She pressed her palm against the doorframe and whispered to herself, "It'll be okay. One day it will be." It was nearly closing time when a sleek gray Tesla pulled up outside. A woman stepped out, the kind whose presence announced itself before words were spoken. She wore a tailored blazer, dark jeans, and boots that probably cost more than Maya's monthly rent. She didn't rush. She looked at the other nail salons on the block, then at Maya's small sign. "Good evening," Maya said, her heart beating faster. The woman's eyes swept the space, the nail stations, the massage chair, the polish rack, the flickering ring light. "Do you do natural-looking nails?" Her voice was calm, assured. "Yes, ma'am. I can do a natural gel overlay, very subtle and clean." How much? Maya told her. The woman raised an eyebrow. That's reasonable. She sat down. Show me what you can do. Maya worked with extra care. She filed gently, applied thin layers of gel, cured each one perfectly under the lamp. The woman's phone buzzed 3 times. She ignored it. Up close, Maya noticed the woman's hands were well maintained but showed signs of stress, cuticles slightly dry, one nail bitten short. When Maya finished and held up the mirror, the woman smiled slightly. What's your name? Maya. Maya, she repeated, as if testing it. Thank you. She paid, then added a tip that made Maya's breath catch, $100 bill. Upgrade your equipment, the woman said. That ring light is dying. Maya laughed, shy and grateful. Thank you so much, ma'am. The woman stood, adjusted her blazer, and looked at her nails one more time. I'll be back. Maybe with friends. After she left, the salon felt different, charged somehow. Maya locked up slowly, counted the money again, pressed the bills to her chest. She walked home in the drizzle, her mind floating somewhere between disbelief and hope. She stopped at the grocery store and bought real groceries. Chicken, vegetables, bread, even a small chocolate bar. She sent her mother $50 with a message. Love you, Mom. Things are looking up. Her mother called immediately and prayed until Maya's phone grew warm against her ear. That night, Maya lay on her air mattress scrolling through nail salon pages. White interiors, plants in every corner, multiple stations with matching chairs. She imagined a second nail tech working beside her. She imagined a reception area with a comfortable couch. She imagined women like the one in the Tesla coming every week saying, "Do what you did last time." She fell asleep with a small smile. Like, share, and subscribe for chapter What do you think the mysterious woman wants from Maya? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. The next morning, Maya scrubbed her salon floor until it gleamed. She organized her polish bottles twice, wiped down every surface, and even swept the sidewalk in front of the coffee shop next door. By 11 o'clock, the gray Tesla returned. The woman stepped out, same composed expression, same subtle perfume that seemed to arrive before she did. But this time, 2 other women emerged from a black SUV behind her, laughing and chatting, designer bags on their arms. Maya, the woman said, already smiling. These are my friends. Sarah and Jennifer. Sarah had honey blonde hair and smiled warmly. Jennifer wore oversized sunglasses she didn't remove until she sat down. Ladies, Maya is the best, the woman continued. Do for them what you did for me. Maya's hands trembled slightly as she welcomed them in. Please, have a seat. Can I get you water? Coffee? We're fine, sweetheart, Sarah said, settling into the massage chair. Just work your magic. Maya worked from noon until 5 o'clock, moving from one client to the next. Her focus was absolute. Each nail shaped perfectly. Each cuticle pushed back with care. Each layer of polish smooth as glass. The women chatted about vacations, charity galas, their children's private schools. They tipped generously, each leaving cash in Maya's tip jar. When they finally left, waving goodbye through the window, Maya counted the money. More than she typically made in 2 weeks. From that day forward, everything shifted. The woman, Maya learned her name was Catherine, came every few days, always with new faces. Wealthy friends, business partners, daughters of city council members. She spoke Maya's name with pride, as though she'd discovered a hidden treasure. And with each visit came gifts. First, a professional LED nail lamp that didn't flicker. Then new massage chairs, leather and sleek, that made clients sigh with comfort. A neon sign appeared above her door one morning. Maya's Nails, Luxury Manicures. Business exploded. Maya hired an assistant named Tosha to help sanitize tools and manage appointments. Mr. Patterson, who used to hound her about rent, now greeted her with respect. At night, Maya still lay on her air mattress, but now she ate real meals. Her clothes were newer. When she told her mother, "Things are better," she meant it. But something nagged at her. Catherine never booked through the phone. She never paid through digital apps. She always came in person, eyes steady, smile faint. And whenever Maya tried to thank her properly, Catherine waved it away. "Don't worry, Maya. Just keep doing excellent work." Maya told herself it was simply generosity. She didn't yet understand it was a trap being set. By the third month, Maya's salon had become the talk of downtown Portland. Young professionals posed for photos at her entrance. Brides booked her for wedding parties. Food bloggers tagged her location in their Instagram stories. Catherine remained at the center of it all, dressed in quiet elegance, never rushed. Each visit brought more gifts, a small refrigerator for drinks, branded towels embroidered with Maya's logo, expensive cuticle oils from France. She even paid 6 months of Maya's rent up front, handing the check to Mr. Patterson herself. "Ma'am," Maya asked one afternoon, voice barely above a whisper, "why do you do all this for me?" Catherine smiled, that same mysterious smile. "Because you have talented hands, Maya. And I believe in investing in excellence." Maya told herself not to question blessings. After all, good fortune sometimes arrives without explanation. But one afternoon, the blessing revealed its true nature. Catherine entered alone. No friends. No laughter. She wore a black dress and flat shoes. The room seemed to shrink when she sat down, her gaze fixed on Maya. "Maya," she began slowly, "I've been very generous to you. You know this." "Yes, ma'am," Maya answered, her voice soft. "I can never thank you enough." Catherine leaned forward. "It's time for you to give me something in return." Maya froze, nail file in hand. "I want you to start collecting something for me. Something simple. Something you already have access to." She reached into her handbag and pulled out a small glass vial with a silver cap. She placed it gently on Maya's station. "I want nail clippings. Your customers' nail clippings." Maya blinked, certain she'd misheard. "Nail clippings." "Yes. When you file their nails, the dust collects, doesn't it? I want you to save it. Every bit. Use this vial. Don't waste a single piece." Maya's heart raced. She shook her head. "Ma'am, I can't. That's personal. What would you even use them for?" Catherine's eyes hardened, the gentle smile vanishing. "Don't ask questions you don't need answers to. Just do as I say. For every full vial you bring me each month, I'll give you $10,000. Think about what that could do for you." Maya felt her chest tighten. She thought of the new equipment, the massage chairs, the rent receipt in her drawer. She thought of her mother saying, "God has finally blessed you, baby." Could she betray that? "No, ma'am," Maya whispered firmly. "I can't. Please don't be angry, but I just can't do that." Catherine sat back slowly, eyes narrowing. "Then return everything I've given you. Every dollar, every gift. And don't expect another customer to walk through that door. I will destroy your reputation with one phone call. You'll never work in this city again." Maya's knees weakened. The air conditioning hummed above them, but she felt cold. "You have one night to decide," Catherine said, standing and smoothing her dress. "Tomorrow, I expect your answer." She walked out, leaving the vial behind, its glass surface gleaming under the LED lights. That night Maya couldn't sleep. Maya tossed and turned on her air mattress, sweat gathering despite the cool October night. She imagined her salon empty again, her sign dark, Mr. Patterson knocking for rent she couldn't pay. She thought of her mother's proud voice when she called. She thought of $10,000, enough to finally get a real bed, to lease a bigger space, to breathe. By dawn, her mind was still torn in two. When the gray Tesla arrived the next afternoon, Maya was already standing at the door. She had made her decision, though it sat heavy in her stomach like a stone. Maya's hands shook as she prepared for her first client that morning. The vial sat hidden in her drawer, beneath the nail files and cuticle pushers. Every time she glanced at it, shame twisted through her. By 2 o'clock, a client arrived, a college student with chipped blue polish, scrolling through TikTok while Maya worked. When Maya filed her nails, fine white dust collected on the towel beneath her hands. This was the moment. But fear froze Maya's fingers. She wiped the dust away with the towel, like always, and threw it in the laundry bag. She couldn't do it. When the student left, smiling at her fresh set, Maya sat in the empty salon, staring at the unused vial. That evening, Catherine called. Her voice was smooth, almost amused. "Maya, I hope you remembered our agreement." Maya stammered. "Ma'am, I couldn't. It felt wrong. She was just a kid." "Listen to me carefully," Catherine cut in, her voice sharp now. "Do you think I became successful by being sentimental? Feelings don't pay bills. Obedience does. Tomorrow, try again. And remember, if I withdraw my support, your life returns to dust." The call ended. The next day, another client came, a middle-aged woman with kind eyes who talked about her grandchildren while Maya worked. Halfway through filing, dust collected on the towel again. Maya reached automatically for the cloth, then stopped. She glanced at the drawer. The vial waited. Her breath caught. Slowly, she opened the drawer, picked up the vial, and carefully swept the nail dust into it with a small brush. Her hand trembled so badly she nearly dropped it. When the woman saw her finished nails, she beamed. "You're an artist, honey. Thank you." She had no idea what Maya had taken. After the woman left, Maya locked the door, pulled out the vial, and stared at it. Fine white powder, pieces of someone's body, collected without consent. It looked harmless, but Maya felt like she was holding someone's soul. That night, the Tesla came. Catherine stepped out, expression unreadable. Maya handed her the vial wrapped in tissue paper. Catherine's lips curved faintly. "Good. See. It wasn't so difficult." She placed an envelope on Maya's counter, thick, heavy with cash. "That's just the beginning," she said before leaving. Maya's hands shook as she opened it. Her heart leaped at the sight of $100 bills. But deep inside, a cold dread she couldn't name began to grow. At first, Maya told herself it was just dust, just dead cells, nothing serious. But the money kept flowing. Bundles of cash hidden in her apartment. Her mother's bills paid. New furniture replacing the air mattress. She smiled on the outside. Inside, something was dying. The nightmares came first. Sleep abandoned her. She'd lie awake, hearing faint scratching sounds in the walls, like nails on wood. At first, she thought it was mice, but the sounds grew louder, more deliberate. "Give it back. Give back what you stole." She'd sit up, drenched in sweat, eyes searching the dark corners of her studio. Nothing there. Yet. By the second week, her body began to change. She lost weight without trying. Her cheeks hollowed. Her clothes hung loose. Tosha whispered to a friend, "Maya doesn't even look like herself anymore." Maya caught her reflection one morning, eyes bloodshot, skin pale, like someone haunted. Then the complaints began. One client called, voice shaking. "Since you did my nails, I can't stop having nightmares. I wake up screaming. What did you do to me?" Another woman stormed in, furious. "My hands won't stop itching. I've been to 3 doctors. They can't find anything wrong, but it started right after I came here." The rumors spread fast. First whispers, then louder voices. "Don't go to Maya's nails. Something's not right there. People leave different." By the 3rd month, the salon was empty again. The massage chairs gathered dust. The neon sign flickered like a dying heartbeat. That's when Maya broke. One midnight, she sat on her new bed, the one bought with cursed money, bones sharp against her nightgown, tears streaming down her face. "God," she whispered, "I didn't mean for this. I just wanted to survive." I just wanted my mom to be proud. The scratching answered, louder than ever. Return what you took. Return it. She knew then, if she stayed silent, she would die slowly and join them in whatever darkness they inhabited. Maya barely slept for 3 days. The scratching in the walls never stopped. Her hands shook constantly. She stopped eating. Tosha asked if she was sick, but Maya just shook her head and sent her home early each day. On the 4th night, Maya sat in her dark apartment, her phone in her trembling hands. The light from the screen illuminated her gaunt face. She knew what she had to do, even though it would cost her everything. She opened Instagram Live. At first, only a few people joined. Then 10. Then 50. Then hundreds. Her hands shook as she positioned the phone against a stack of books. My name is Maya, she began, her voice cracking. And I need to tell you all something. I need to confess. Tears streamed down her face as she spoke. She told them everything, about Catherine, about the vials, about collecting nail clippings without consent, about the money she'd accepted to betray her client's trust. I thought I was just trying to survive, she sobbed. I thought it was harmless. But I was wrong. I betrayed every woman who sat in my chair. I took something that wasn't mine to take. The comments exploded. Some cursed her. Some called her evil. Others said they'd suspected something was wrong. I don't know what Catherine was doing with what I gave her, Maya continued, wiping her face with shaking hands. But I know it was dark. I know it was wrong. And I know that every person who came to me deserved better. She held up the remaining vials Catherine had given her, showing them to the camera before smashing them on the floor. Glass shattered. The fine powder scattered. I'm done, she said firmly. I'm done being part of this. I'm so sorry. The live video ended at 2:47 a.m. with over 3,000 viewers. By morning, the city had erupted. Local news picked up the story. Portland nail tech exposes mysterious clients' disturbing requests. People shared the video everywhere. Maya's salon became a spectacle. People took photos outside, some supportive, most judgmental. Catherine vanished. Her phone number went dead. Her social media accounts disappeared. Some people claimed they saw her leaving the city in the middle of the night. Others whispered darker theories, that she'd never been fully human to begin with, that she'd fled to avoid exposure, that her power had broken when her network of collectors was destroyed. Nobody knew for sure. Maya lost everything. Again. Her salon shut down within a week. Mr. Patterson evicted her, unwilling to be associated with the scandal. Her bank account was emptied to return money to clients who demanded refunds. Even her mother wept when neighbors in Ohio heard the news and began asking questions. But something surprising happened. About 2 weeks after her confession, Maya received a message from a client she'd worked on months before, back when she was still honest. I don't know if you'll see this, but I wanted to say thank you for coming forward. What you did took real courage. You could have stayed quiet. You saved people from whatever that woman was planning. Then another message came. And another. Not everyone forgave her. Many never would. But some understood that she'd been trapped, manipulated, and that in the end, she'd chosen truth over comfort. The nightmares stopped. The scratching in the walls faded to silence. Maya moved into a tiny room in a shared house, working 3 part-time jobs to survive. Cleaning houses, walking dogs, delivering groceries. Her hands, once steady and skilled with nail files, now scrubbed toilets and carried shopping bags. One evening, 6 months after everything fell apart, Maya sat on a bench near the waterfront, watching the sun set over the Willamette River. A woman sat down beside her, elderly, with silver hair and kind eyes. They sat in comfortable silence for a while before the woman spoke. You look like someone carrying a heavy burden. Maya smiled sadly. I made mistakes. Big ones. I'm trying to make up for them. The woman nodded. The fact that you're trying means something. Most people just keep running. I wanted to run. Maya admitted. But running wouldn't have stopped what was happening to other people. The woman patted her hand gently. Then you're braver than you think, child. When the woman left, Maya sat alone as darkness fell over the city. She thought about the girl she'd been 2 years ago. Desperate, ambitious, willing to do anything to escape poverty. She thought about the woman she'd almost become, wealthy, successful, and completely hollow inside. And she thought about who she was now, broken, humbled, but finally free. For the first time in months, Maya felt something close to peace. 1 year after her confession, Maya stood outside a community center in northeast Portland. The building was old but clean, with colorful murals painted by local teenagers covering the brick walls. Inside, 15 young women sat in a circle, some nervous, some defiant, all struggling. Maya had spent the past year working with a non-profit that helped young women escaping exploitation, poverty, and dangerous situations. She wasn't a counselor, she didn't have the training. But she had something else, a story that resonated. My name is Maya, she began, as she did every week. And I want to tell you how I almost lost my soul trying to save my life. She spoke plainly about her struggles, about Catherine, about the choice she made and the consequences she faced. She didn't sugarcoat the fear or the shame. She didn't pretend redemption had been easy or quick. The hardest part wasn't losing my business, she told them. It was looking at myself and admitting I'd become someone I didn't recognize. Someone who hurt people for money. A young woman in the back, 19, maybe 20, raised her hand. But you were just trying to survive. That lady manipulated you. She did, Maya agreed. But I still made the choice. And that's something I have to own. We don't always control what happens to us, but we control how we respond. After the session, several women stayed behind to talk. One of them, a girl named Destiny with box braids and tired eyes, approached Maya hesitantly. Can I ask you something? Of course. Do you ever do nails anymore? Maya smiled sadly. No. I gave that up. I don't think I could without remembering everything. Destiny looked disappointed. That's sad. My mom used to say I had good hands. I was thinking about learning. Maya studied the girl's face, the same desperate hunger she'd once seen in her own mirror. You should learn, Maya said firmly. But learn the right way. Don't let anyone convince you that shortcuts are worth the cost. They never are. She pulled out her phone and sent Destiny information about legitimate beauty school programs and scholarship opportunities. If you're serious, I'll help you find the resources. But promise me something. Promise me you'll do it honestly. Even if it takes longer. Even if it's harder. Destiny nodded, eyes bright. I promise. 3 months later, Maya received a photo. Destiny in a beauty school uniform, standing proudly in front of a nail station, holding a certificate for completing her first training level. The message read, "Thank you for showing me the right way. I'm going to make you proud." Maya cried, not from sadness this time, but from something she hadn't felt in years, hope. She never returned to doing nails professionally. Her hands found other work, volunteering at women's shelters, teaching basic budgeting classes, mentoring girls who reminded her of herself. She lived simply now. A small apartment she could afford on her own. Furniture from thrift stores. Meals cooked at home. No luxury. No excess. But also no nightmares. No scratching in the walls. No voices demanding she return what she'd stolen. Her mother visited once, taking the train from Ohio. They sat together in Maya's tiny kitchen, drinking tea. I prayed for you every single day, her mother said quietly. Even when I didn't understand what was happening. Even when people talked. I know, Mom. I'm proud of you, baby. Not for what you built before, but for what you chose when everything fell apart. You chose truth. That takes real strength. Maya squeezed her mother's hand, tears slipping down her cheeks. 2 years after her confession, Maya stood in the same downtown Portland neighborhood where her salon once stood. The space was now a coffee shop. The neon sign was gone. No trace remained of Maya's nails, luxury manicures. She didn't feel sad looking at it. She felt released. A young woman walked past, laughing with friends, her nails painted bright purple with tiny gems. Maya smiled. Somewhere, a nail tech had done good, honest work. Somewhere, a woman felt beautiful without paying a hidden price. That night, Maya wrote in the journal her therapist had recommended. I used to think success meant having everything. Now I know it means keeping your soul intact while you build. I lost everything, but I gained something I can never lose again. The knowledge that I'm worth more than what I can buy, earn, or trade. My hands may not do nails anymore, but they do good work. And that's enough. She closed the journal and looked out her window at the city lights. The past couldn't be erased. The mistakes couldn't be undone. But the future was still hers to build, one honest choice at a time. And this time, she would build it right. Moral of the story. Maya's journey teaches us that not every opportunity is a blessing, and not every helper comes with pure intentions. Some gifts are traps disguised as answered prayers, and some open doors lead to darkness instead of light. She was a hard-working young woman who simply wanted to succeed. But when quick wealth appeared, fear and desperation blinded her judgment. By collecting her clients' nail clippings without consent, she betrayed their trust and sacrificed her own peace. The money couldn't buy back her health, her sleep, or her dignity. This story warns us that shortcuts to success often lead to destruction. What looks like progress today can become torment tomorrow. The more Maya gained materially, the more she lost internally. And just as her actions began to haunt her, so too will the harm we cause others, even unintentionally, return to us. Yet Maya's choice to expose the truth, despite the cost, shows us the power of redemption. Though she lost her business, her reputation, and everything she'd built, she gained something greater: freedom and the chance to help others avoid the same trap. The lessons are clear. Be patient with your struggles. Honest suffering is better than cursed prosperity. Guard your integrity. No amount of money can buy it back once sold. Learn to discern. Not every opportunity is meant for you, and not every light leads forward. Some lights lead straight into darkness. When you fall, get back up and make it right. Redemption is always possible for those brave enough to choose truth. Success built on deception is just a beautiful prison. True success is having peace when you close your eyes at night, knowing you hurt no one to get where you are. Thank you for watching. If this story impacted you, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment telling us what lesson hit you the hardest. And remember, your character is worth more than any amount of money. Stay blessed, stay honest, and I'll see you in the next story. Sparkles.